Okay, this is video number 3 for Access Project 2, and on the screen you see the last thing we did in video 2, which was to run this account query using sorting by ascending order for account manager and amount paid. So again, it's sorted by account number and by amount paid in ascending order. All right, and then the last thing I was hoping to show on video 2 was if you go back to design view and you're on the design tab here, return, right now it says show all, okay, and then what you can do is say, do you want the top 5, do you want the top 25, the top 100, top 5%, top 25%, all is the default. So if I say show me only the top 5 in amount paid, okay, and then I run that, there I'm only going to see the top 5 in the amount paid, but I'm also sorting it by account number, so that would be only the top 5 with account manager 31 because there's 5 of them there. Okay, so you don't have to show all of the records. If you're searching for the top 3, the top 5, whatever it is, you can do it that way. All right, so we can go ahead and close the account query. Yeah, we can save if prompted to save. Okay, we don't need that. All right, so we're going to create a new query here, and we're going to do what's called joining two tables. So we have really these are the two tables from the database, account and account manager. So we're going to run a query that uses searches for information, some that's located in the account table, some that's located in the account manager table. So we're going to join those. Okay, so again, we're going to go to the create. We're going to go to the query design. All right, we're going to use the account manager. So click that and add. And I'm going to click account. You can do them in either order, really, and add that. Okay, so they are joined. So I'm going to close that, and I'm going to expand these so you can see everything. Okay, you see they're joined because account manager number shows up in both. Okay, so the account, I could find out who the account manager number is for each account, but if I wanted to know the account manager's name, phone number, and any of that on the same piece of paper or on the same screen, I need information from both tables. All right, so it's actually pretty simple to do. So we're going to start adding some fields. Okay, so down here, let's use the drop down. I'm going to first, using, well, we can click from here. From the account manager table, I want account manager number. That'll go first. Last name from the account manager and first name. And then from the account table, I'm going to do account number and account name. So I have account manager number, last name and first name from the account manager table, and then account number and account name from the account table. Okay, so we have data coming from two different tables in the same database. So I'm going to run that, right, and you can see how it looks. Again, account manager number, last name and first name from one table, account number and account name are coming from a different table. Okay, so we can join those. So here you have the results of that query. Okay, so account manager number, last name, first name, account number, account name. One thing to point out is there is one account manager who's not included in this report because they currently don't have any accounts assigned to them. Right, and we're going to see how we can change that in a minute, but that is Peter Liu. So there is an account manager number 42 who should be in here or who's not in here because they don't have any accounts. Okay, so you can see other people show up several times because they have several accounts. So account manager 35 is in here several times because he has several accounts. Okay, so there's a way we can change that. So we're going to go back to design view. Okay, and we're going to right click on this join line. Okay, you got to be really precise and go to join properties. All right, we don't need to change any of this, but this option right here, this says only include rows where the joined fields from both tables are equal. So basically that means they have to have all of the fields that are included. Like I said, the other one manager doesn't have any accounts, so he wasn't included. But option 2 says include all records from account manager and only those records from account where the joined fields are equals. This is getting a little bit technical here, but we're going to change that. So it's going to include all the records in the account manager table. Okay. Click OK. Run that. Okay, and now you see Peter Liu is included even though he doesn't have an account name. Okay, so the first option was, hey, only return records that have everything in them. The second option was include all of the account manager table regardless if it had a value that associated with it from the accounts table. All right, we are going to right click up here and save this query. We are going to call it manager / account query. And then click OK. So we got that saved. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and close this. So we are back to our blank screen here, and I'm going to just click once on this manager account query. And then I'm going to go up to create. What we're going to do now is create a report. Okay, so a report takes data from a table or a form or a query, and it just makes it look nice. Okay, so if you're going to print something or add it to a presentation, reports, again, take the data and just kind of make it look nice. All right, so we're going to, click create, we're going to go to the report wizard, which is over here. Okay, and again, this is what we had highlighted, so that's why it shows up here. And then I want to include all these fields. You can do them individually, okay, like that, and individually bring them over, but I'm going to include all the fields. That's this button here. Then next. Now this is saying, do you want to group any of these by any certain way? We're not going to group these in any particular fashion, so I'm going to click next. And this is sorting. So if you wanted things sorting. So we already kind of sorted ours when we ran the query. So I'm not going to sort, but if you see, you could sort these just like we sorted way before by last name in alphabetical order, first name, account number, account name, whatever you wanted to do. You could sort it there. All right, so I'm going to click next. Okay, I want the layout to be tabular, which you'll see what that looks like in a minute. Okay, and then I want portrait. So landscape, again, we'll just flip the paper to be longwise. Okay, and then I'm going to go next. All right, and then in the title, I want to change it from manager account query to manager account report. And then I'm going to click finish. Okay, and then you see the report that comes out. Again, it's the same information. It just kind of looks nice. Okay. Yeah, we already had it sorted by account manager number. So they're kind of in order that way. All right, so again, it's just if you were printing this, it would be pretty simple. You just, again, like anything, you go to print right there or file print. So you could print out the report if you needed it. All right, so again, that was a report. So let's go ahead and close that. Next, we're going to use the same query, so keep that highlighted. We're going to create a form. Okay, so remember, form lets you view data a little easier, each record one at a time. You can update the data a little easier to see each record one at a time. So we're going to take this manager account query, go back to create, and click the form button. Just form. So here we have a simple form that just takes the information from there, and you can see it record by record. So down here, if I was to go to record 2, 3, okay, just a little bit easier there. Okay, and then we'll right click, and we're going to save this, but I don't want to save it as a query. I want to do manager account form. Okay, so again, I could update this data, and if something changed, it'd be very simple. Instead of searching through a gigantic table and thousands of records, you can come right here to the form, and it's much easier. All right, so again, that was our creating a form. So I'm going to close this and close the form. All right, so the last thing for this video is we are going to remember how in the previous project we imported a table from Excel into Access? Well, we're going to do the opposite now. We're going to export data from Access, from our database, to an Excel spreadsheet. So you can do both. You can import and export. So we're going to use this query. Okay, so I'm only going to click on it one time to highlight it. And we're going to go up to External Data. And then we're going to click Excel. All right, so what we're going to do over here is click the Browse button. And this is where we want the file to go. So this, you should go to your H drive, to your class folder, and to the Access Project 2 folder. Okay, I don't have that on this screen, so I'm going to click the desktop, but you should be clicking your class folder in your H drive. Okay, and then you're going to have to give it a file name. So once you navigate to the right folder, in the file name, it's going to be called Manager Account Query. Manager-Account Query. Okay, open. Okay, and that didn't work. Maybe we'll keep that blank. All right, need to troubleshoot. Okay, so I think I know what the issue was. So here's what we're going to have to do. We need to have the spreadsheet that it's going to already created. Okay, so what I did is I just opened up Excel. Okay, so open up Excel and do a blank workbook, and then do File, Save As. Okay, and then click Browse. Navigate to your class folder. Okay, don't go to your Excel folder. Go to your Access folder, Project 2. All right, and then give it this file name, Manager Account Query. All right, Manager Account Query, and then save it. Okay, and I'm going to close this. I don't think it will work if it's open, so I'm going to close it. Now we're back to where we were. All right, I'll start from scratch there. I got the Manager Account Query. Okay, External Data, Excel. I'm going to browse here, and that's the one I want. Okay. All right, so I made a mistake. So you didn't need to create an Excel spreadsheet. So I will remind your teacher to tell you that, because here's what I did wrong. We have the right file selected, but there are arrows. This is an import button. This is the export button. So we need to hit this Excel, not this one. So hit this one. Now it's already going to, you can browse again to make sure it's going to the right folder. Okay. So you do need to do that, but it already gives you the file name. It's an Excel workbook. It's all based on this, okay? So I'm going to click Save. All right. We want to do export data with formatting and layout. All right, and then click OK. Already exists because I gave it that name, so I'm going to just replace it. Okay. Save the export steps. Save export. Okay, and then if I was to go look, and there it is in Excel on my desktop. So there's a little confusion there, but again, make sure you hit the right Excel, okay, and then it creates the file for you. So that's the end of video 3, and we'll finish up with video 4 next.